We haven't done this for a while, so... There we go. I think... Oof. Okay.
Words.
Too high.
Things.
Loud noises.
Loud noises.
Ring,
Okay,
ring,
we're
ring,
good.
ring, ring, ring.
Okay.
Banana phone.
Yeah.
Sync on banana phone.
phone.
That's right, Marty. You get to sync on banana phone.
I have my hunches. They come in bunches.
It's the best. Beats the rest.
Wait, what's the name?
We bought you bananas.
We
Yeah,
did.
we did. And you had them.
Then we ate them. We brought them to you, then we ate them.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Was this possessed?
It was.
Wow. I'll watch this in November.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to be great.
I remember.
How much can you remember from 3 months ago?
Well, he writes things down.
Yeah, I write notes. After she says vague memories.
Well, I remember more about this episode than I should, frankly.
I remember it was pretty bonkers.
It was bonkers. This is true.
That's fine. I got bourbon.
Yeah. Okay.
The problem is I was trying to remember what my typos mean.
Your typos?
My typos.
What do you mean?
I have typos. I always have some typos.
Well, sure.
Yeah, but like I was like, wait.
Are some of them insidious?
Well, I have to remember who's referred to as weird names I put down. And everything.
Oh yes.
Oh.
I forgot.
typos.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not quite as bad as, coming back and trying to figure out a game session from Andre's notes.
No. My notes are very clear when I make them.
All right.
I mean, everybody knew who. What was it? What was it? Daniela and Duchess were, and then I put the arrow with and said dumb cunts, and they tried to fuck us. Whatever their deal was, I still have no idea what the fuck their deal was. And then what was it? Everybody knows who. What is it? Lord and Lady Teletubby. I mean, know about them.
We do?
Yeah, that's in Heather's campaign.
All right.
Yeah. No.
Well, to be fair, that was like forever ago. That was like That was like the first. That was like the first mission, alongside the fucking baby runes.
Oh, yeah, where I gotta scare children.
Yeah,
You scare children everywhere.
It's true.
I mean, you haven't had a chance to scare children in this current mission.
Yeah.
But to be fair, there's been a lack of children, so it makes your objective kind of difficult.
Yeah, I mean, finding the nursery in the evil monk's lair is going to be.
Well, I mean, well, that's a different one. We just got out of the pyramid and got back.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many child slaves there were, but you didn't have many opportunities to terrorize them. I don't think.
Yeah.
So you've been mostly focusing on cats at the moment.
He turned into Alf.
I mean, he's always been little Alf.
Yeah.
But he's been getting increasingly more Alf.
Yeah.
That's gone on.
His preferred weapon is now salami. Just go full Alf. You never go full Alf.
Never go from Alf.
Although I do think the old style swimsuit from that he had in the water level of the Alf video game would go well with the grayed out facial features from the mask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the old timey white and red striped. Anyway,
Because then it's just convict stripes and it's monochrome.
Yeah. I mean, Cobalt in a swimsuit is funny as it is.
Cobalt swimsuit edition.
Whether it's old timey ones with another person's face over his face, or if it's a string bikini or whatever.
The Borat mankini.
Yeah, there you go.
With the little metal ring for the tail. This is slip through.
Ah.
All right. So,
Mankinis aside. So,
according to my notes,
Great.
I vaguely remember the episode from
November, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was late November, but it was November.
Late November. Oh wow.
Yeah. Thanksgiving time.
Anyway,
So yeah, the German title is just possessed in German. There's nothing interesting there.
yeah.
It took me a second to realize that was the German word up there, and let's go, yeah, no, that's just what that is.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have this random word that makes no sense? Oh, that's why. So, cold open, this is a murder scene. There's, like, all kinds of, like, just blood everywhere. There's, all kinds of, like, pictures and news clippings on the wall. There's some cops there. They mention how, like, it's investigators, like, detectives that are there.
Yeah.
And
They've come in, like, after the killer in question has just been shot to shit by the cops.
They say that when...
And they're in the killer's
when the cops pulled up, like, the suspect just came out with a shotgun, just spraying shot everywhere.
And so they lit him up.
Yeah. And so one of the investigators is telling the other one that the scene is identical to Kempler's scene. So Kempler is a serial killer who's dead now. And he's like, yeah, okay, so what? It's like copycat situation. He's like, no, you don't understand. There's details that the cops kept secret that are in this scene. This is exactly like Kempler's work. And
this guy was on that case.
Yeah. So like, it just can't be a copycat situation. And we just cut to Angie is at the office dicking around with an aquarium. And like, Hoff brings her some coffee. Evidently they lost a fish because lonely fish die there. Like, if you don't have two fish in the tank, then the other one just commits suicide.
Oh, okay.
Either
I
that,
guess if it's clownfish.
Either that or Hoff just eats the fish when no one's looking.
I mean, both are probable.
I hadn't thought of that before, but
I didn't think about it either at the time, but it could be. Either that or he absorbs the life force just by proximity.
Well, it's just like he just requires the strength of the water.
Exactly.
Yeah, he has to assert his dominance.
Well, my thought is that he doesn't realize he's doing it. He just sort of, the fishes die around him.
He did have that weird cabin dream. He might just wake up in the middle of the night and eat fish.
True. Also true.
So, this medical examiner, he's like the guy who was actually like explaining shit to the other cop, like the detective or whatever.
Yeah, he was the guy who was like, "No, this this is identical."
Yeah,
you don't understand.
He shows up looking for Donna, and Donna's not there, man. And so then Hoff calls her up at her place, and she's like acting real weird, like answering him like almost like she's hypnotized or something, and she's just like looking in a mirror as she's talking to him, like holding up like different lingerie
she's
to her,
picking out clothes. And,
yeah, but it's all like slutty clothes. It's not like real clothes.
Yeah, no.
And the examiner is like, he said he need to see her, and so then they resolve that they're gonna go over there. But in the meantime, we get the slow mo Donna in the shower scene.
Yeah.
And it's about 45 seconds long, which is tastefully done for Baywatch nights.
Yeah,
this could have easily been 5 minutes if we're in the shower.
Yeah.
She's had a stressful day.
Yeah.
2 minutes, 30 minutes.
It is one of those are they trying to be creepy or sexy or both situations, but it's only 45 seconds of that this time.
Yeah.
And there's no kidnappings involved.
Yeah.
So
just a shadow over the shower. It could be the cameraman.
So Hoff, Angie, and the doc show up, knock on the door, there's no answer. So the doc like looks in, he sees Kempler bullshit, all about the house, like little.
Yeah, he sees some details on the thing that immediately. Yeah. Around that, like, oh no, this.
Yeah, his Kempler sense is tingling.
Exactly, precisely.
So this is the end of the cold open. So we get the scream now.
Yeah.
7 minutes, 10 seconds for this cold open.
Every time.
Yeah.
It just takes you right out of the
It really
experience.
does. So, so I don't remember this as I wrote it down, but I'm sure it's probably real. That Donna is drying herself off and also groping herself through the towel.
Yes.
While staring at herself in the mirror.
No, that I remember that because it's real weird.
Yeah, she's copping a feel on herself. And so there.
And you can just hear the director now. Do it slower.
And so, and now the three that showed up, Hoff and
Angie and
Yeah.
medical investigator.
yeah, they all go in. They're yelling for her. The doc is snooping around like this little altar. It almost looks like a little weird little summoning kit. And Hoff is going through the house yelling for her. And then I don't know. It's Donna's going through her summoning shit, and the doc finds a knife. He just finds a fucking knife. It's a big knife.
Just lying
Yeah.
around.
And he pulls it out. There's a whing scare sound that I remember being there. And then Hoff walks into Donna's bedroom and sees all the
Clothes.
Yeah.
lying around.
all her sluttiest outfits
Yep.
just splayed out on the bed. And they're like,
He's like, must be a Tuesday.
and she's like, yeah, it's weird. She shouldn't have left. Since she knew we were coming over. And then Hoff's like, yeah, I didn't tell her we were coming over. And then Donna, at this very moment, Donna attacks the doc with a knife. And he tries to protect himself and he slashes
Yeah,
his
she
hand.
just comes out of nowhere and just screaming at him and just starts slashing at him with a knife.
Yeah, and then he just screams and runs out of the house. And,
Classic Donna.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, she leaves, gets in her car, and
Yeah, she just
Drives off.
speeds the fuck away. And so this is where we get the explanation of the main thing for this episode is Donna was in a car accident with 18 other cars, including a prison bus that had Richard Kempler, the serial killer.
Mm.
And she basically got She-Hulked into the situation because there was
blood transfusions going around.
No, okay.
And and several other people who were in I don't forget how many.
I can't remember how many they say.
how many before.
It might be in my notes somewhere. I don't remember.
It's
Does
like
ever the reverse happen? Do you ever get a blood transfusion from
And
a
turn-
pious
and turn
person?
good?
And turn good?
It wasn't even a blood transfusion. It was just a blood mix of all the open wounds there.
yeah, it was basically everybody was bleeding. And
Yeah.
so it's all pooled together.
Yeah.
But I mean, does the reverse happen? Just like
It-
the ultra pious person takes
know,
over the criminal and they become a great upstanding person.
Well, that would have been a very...
Well, it's very rare. The closest example I can think of is Dead Man from DC, who's a superhero who's a ghost who possesses people and uses them to fight crime. So he does that a lot to just random mooks. That's the closest I can think.
It's DC's Funky Phantom.
It is DC's Funky Phantom. This is accurate.
Yeah, so evidently the serial killer, because the blood has touched the blood of these people, now he can just possess them.
It's happened maybe 3 other times already. The last person was was also involved in this car crash.
Yeah.
Then the people noted that it was weird with the previous scene that he was just a random guy who had no previous criminal record, and just suddenly he started being a serial killer.
What year did Fallen come out? Fallen? The one?
I don't know.
Because that was it's very similar to that.
To me, it feels more like a Chucky situation, frankly.
1998, so...
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah.
So they probably watched this and got the idea.
Could have.
There's another one that came out in 2016 called Fallen. I don't think it's that one that you're
No.
talking about.
No. This was Denzel Washington?
Yeah, Denzel.
And
I just saw a little bit. And, Denzel, I see him in there.
Yeah,
But-
they probably just stopped checking. No, or there's another one where like a killer had like their organs donated and all the people.
Yeah.
It's another one. That was on How Did This Get Made? I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it.
I've heard of more than one thing use that plot, but yeah, there was a specific thing that you're talking about. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, so it's happened a few times already, and the detective guy has basically pieced together what's going on.
Yeah.
And the reason they already asked, like, why don't you go to the cops for this sort of thing? He's like, this is too crazy. They will not believe me. Additional point of fact, part of why they wouldn't believe him also, is that that Kempler, I think his last victim, was this guy's wife.
Yeah.
So he's like super close to the case.
Yeah.
Oh.
And as he's explaining this, both Hoff and Angie are confused by how dumb this whole scenario is.
Yeah.
They're as confused as we are.
So like there's like some specific like clues for like who he's possessed, or whatever. Like he puts up like pictures of Bull, like representations of like Baphomet is supposed to be the idea.
Oh.
And like he lays out his murder tools in like a particular neat fashion and stuff, and he has a whole MO for how he does stuff, which is what the guy was referring to. Like this is exactly like Kempler's lair.
Yeah. And so he explains that like Kempler's modus operandi was to pick up chicks at the mall and then murder their brains out.
Yeah.
Acting as some like Lothario first. He's like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "Pretty good."
And I
Not
keep just
anymore.
thinking of Templar's sausage.
Well, so were the women, unfortunately.
And so Angie's like, "Well, this is terrible because Donna is Donna, and she can just grab dudes like nothing."
Yeah.
And
She can get whoever she wants.
yeah. And then
And now she's a serial killer.
And
Yeah.
then they know how the sausage is made.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then they immediately cut to Donna cruising in her convertible and just grab some dude who's just like exemplary 90s looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then she just goes full psycho bitch like within minutes. It gets real weird.
Yeah,
real fast.
she basically just she picks him up. They start driving to supposedly where he wants to go, but they actually go to like a secluded area, and then she gets real crazy real quick.
Yeah, she just pulls a knife on him. And she's like threatening him, and then she calls Baywatch. And they patch her through to Hoff because it's a situation where Donna and Kempler are now fighting over Donna's body. So Kempler has like the knife hand, but then Donna's got head and arm control with the car phone.
Yeah, it's
Is she stabbing at the same time?
Not yet.
No, well, she's not at the stabbing thing. Is
No.
that part of Kempler's MO thing? Is that he or she in this case now go takes the person on like a date, and so like the whole like with a random hitchhiker she just picked up. She's like, don't you think I'm pretty and stuff like that? Like putting like her, but like her thing is like put your hand on my knee and stuff, and like all weird creepy date rapey stuff. Mm-hmm. And Donna manages like to get control enough to like dial Hoff and try and relay information.
Yeah.
But she has to do. But then then Kempler reasserts himself and stuff.
Yeah. But she never gets full control over the Donna body.
So she was able to put out the Hoff signal.
And
Yes.
and then the doc explains that soon Kempler will have full control because he's the one reading out of the monster manual this time.
Yeah.
And so she hangs up and takes his asshole into the woods.
They have a nice little picnic.
And this is where Hoff does his magical bullshit detective stuff, where he takes some small clue that should be fairly meaningless and it pieces exactly where they are together.
Yeah, it's 100% like old Batman,
Yeah,
60s Batman thing. Adam West Batman, where he
against the Riddler.
Here's the
right
thing.
where he just says a random word and then
Hoff is supposed to be the skeptic, right?
He is a skeptic.
So then why does he, like, immediately know all the information about what's going to happen with the ghosty
Well, he doesn't know the information about the ghosty thing. To be fair to what's going on here, is Hoff has already seen Donna go crazy with the knife and stuff, so he's aware that something's wrong with Donna.
It's the medical examiner, the doc dude, who knows.
Who understands the ghosty goo nonsense.
Yeah.
The medical examiner guy. He's figured out sort of how it works, at least.
He seems to knows exactly how it works.
Yes. He seems to know exactly how it works. But for Hoff, what he does is he's like, I heard a bird over the phone, so I know exactly where that bird lives in this area. It's something along that sort of
It's a
bullshit.
small plane he hears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, at the very least, it narrows down the area, and then he can sort of make a guess from there, based off where he knows Donna's coming from, because he has that much information at least. And then
As he leaves, there was a tragic accident where the plane fell over.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
no, it's some bullshit where he figured out exactly where they are immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah, they drive over there.
It's at the Steam Plant Festival.
I wish.
Yeah, so Donna has his asshole in the woods, and she's like, she's tying him up and also making out with him, and the dude does not want this. And then she does the looks like she's gonna stab, but she's sticking it in the dirt.
Which is either Kempler being a sadist and playing with his food, or Donna fighting him. Could be either.
But then she goes for the little more of this pre-murder rape on this dude.
Yeah, he's basically alternating between doing full yandere bullshit and alternating between murder and kill, murder and kill and rape. Sorry.
And this guy's even I don't know
In that order.
I don't know if it's supposed to be canon or not, but he seems like he starts to get more into it.
Yeah, my impression is he's just like, fuck. At least he's not stabbing me.
Yeah. It's one or the other. If she's not stabbing me, I'm stabbing her. So
Better to make out with Donna than get stabbed by her. I think anybody would agree.
And so then
funny detail I found funny in this scene, and notable in that I still remember it at this point in time, is that Donna / Kempler took the time to lay out a blanket for this dude while they're doing the weird murder makeout session. I just thought that was funny.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, you can't get all the blood into the grass.
Well, my wondering is whether that dude's agent or Donna's agent. Like, no, we can't just make out on the dirt. That has to be on a blanket at least.
Well, or it could just be it could just be for shot continuity stuff because you don't want to get them all dirty
Also true. Anyway.
while they're getting dirty, if you know what I mean. So Hoff pulls into the area, and then as he does, they quickly cut to Donna, where she finally gets at least control of the legs, and just gets up and just runs away. This is really confusing, this poor dude.
Yeah. She gets up, runs over to a tree and vomits.
Yeah.
She's Donna's in control now, so she's obviously disgusted and horrified.
Yeah. And so then our merry band of heroes finds the guy all tied up, and so Angie and the medical examiner guy are gonna help untie him, and Hoff just starts tracking her with her Hoff sense. He's like, "There's tits in the area. I can smell them." And then he manages to find her car, and as he's just kind of giving it the once over, seeing what's going on with it, seeing if there's anything weird about it. It does the thing where he looks into the rear view or to the side view mirror, and then Donna's just running up at him with a knife, ah!
Yeah, crazy Donna out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And which leads to a very funny fight scene.
Yeah.
Creepers, right?
Yeah, he goes full Creepers Peepers effect. And Donna's just wildly swinging this knife. And
Hoff's strategy in this is great.
yeah, like as I wrote, he tries to back away. He's real screwed here. He knows he's nowhere near water.
It's true. Hoff is in a bad situation, so he relies onto one of his other talents.
So
No bicycle wizard to throw in the way this time.
yeah, but he's also like, it's clear he's trying not to hurt Donna in this situation. Like he's not just gonna start throwing haymakers at her either.
Yeah.
He's trying to calm her down without.
Well, what amused me about his strategy in this particular encounter was just most of it was screaming, "It's me, it's Hoff,
Yeah,
it's me, don't stab me, bro."
Yeah, don't stab me, bro. Ah!
It was basically that. It's just like if Hoff knows that if Donna knows that it's Hoff, that she will reassert control to not stab the Hoff.
So he's like, he's backing away, and he eventually gets like, as she's like waving the knife about, she leaves it exposed for a minute. He just knocks it away, like yeah, and just grabs her, and then she just starts crying. She's like, "It's my favorite knife."
I'm like, I love that knife.
Yeah, so she's just crying in Hoff's arms now.
That's when she pulls out the second knife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the murdering knife. This is the showy knife.
that's that's when she unhinges her jaw, and the second jaw comes in, the second inner jaw.
Her boob separator. Her second bosom pops out.
I was going for aliens rather than species, but sure.
It's both when Hoff is involved.
It's both. You know. But they already had the species episode.
And you think that's gonna stop him?
I know. Yeah, it's true. It's not gonna stop.
So then, so now it's back at the office, and the medical examiner guy is on the phone, and Hoff comes in and explains that they're removing all of Kempler's blood from Donna somehow. They're like, we almost got it all out. End of explanation.
That's it. They just pull out all his blood. They're like, oh, that's his blood. They pull it out.
We found it with our blood machines.
I don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows, Marty. That's
The
all I
point
can say
is-
about that.
The point is, Donna's not in this episode anymore. They're just getting all the Kempler blood out.
I mean, theoretically, you could pull out blood and put new blood in and separate it, I guess. I
It's
don't know
like-
how.
You'd be better off doing the Keith Richards, where you just take out all the blood
Yeah.
and just
Well-
put in new blood.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
it's
an
like-
oil change.
No, it's like homeopathy, right? You just keep switching out enough of the blood over and over again until scientifically there's no more Kempler blood in there.
Yeah, there you go. You just gotta dilute the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a blood solaire.
Was it?
Yeah. So, yeah, and also I don't know
What's that one anime with the reverse vampire who has too much blood, so she gets nosebleeds or whatever?
Karen?
Yeah, Karen. That's it.
Also, this is the other thing. What happened to Kempler at this accident? How did he get his blood on all these people?
I think he dies of this.
I know he
accident.
died, but did he explode?
They didn't tell
It's
you.
like a balloon.
They never
Like a Gallagher show.
they never give you the detail. But I think he wasn't on the bus. He was chained to the front of the bus. So
Like
when,
a Mad Max.
yeah. So when the bus hit another car, he just splattered.
Hell yeah. Well, see,
Well, the other problem was that he was attached by the blood bags.
because in that situation, Max was the blood bag, so he's got the hose sticking out
Right.
too, and yeah.
Yeah. So you get it.
Yeah, he swapped up enough blood with the people in the bus that when they all exploded,
Right.
there was Kempler blood in all of them.
See, well, they knew they shouldn't have hired a Fury Boy to drive the bus, but they
Yeah, Nux and the War
Medical-
Boys really fucked up the situation.
medical cutbacks.
Well, yeah, Kempler had Universal Donor tattooed on his back, so they were just giving that shit around willy nilly.
Like, he's a crazy fail.
Yeah, I really want to know the exact scenario which he sprayed all these people with blood. Like, did something just jaggedly slice like his carotid, and he just ran around spraying blood 6 feet in every direction?
Well, the scene where he died was actually filmed by Sam Raimi. So
I was almost about to go there. I was gonna make an Evil Dead reference.
I mean, it could also be a Tarantino.
Also, yeah, Tarantino is pretty up there, but I was definitely thinking Evil Dead.
It could be in a Kill Bill situation.
Yeah, also works.
Anyway, so they find out another person who is potentially Kemplered, and so they go to so Angie and Hoff and the Examiner go to the house, and they knock on the door.
Right, Angie stays behind for some reason.
Yeah, just playing with blood or something. And so they knock on the door, and the wife answers, and she's like, "He's not here." And so then this like weird shady cop pulls up
and just sort of watches them. Just
runs the plates on Hoff's truck, and then he's like, "I'm pretty sure it's pretty evident right away. This is the guy."
Yeah, the lady, his wife, basically tells him.
Yeah.
Like. A minute.
Well, yeah. Then they explain. First, the cop calls Angie at the agency and talks to her for a bit, and then he puts on his big aviator sunglasses and drives away. And so I'm pretty sure this is the part that the writers saw Terminator 2, and they're like, "We need an evil cop."
Yeah, no, it does feel like they just wanted to mimic that.
Yeah, because this looks like the T-1000 mixed with like Brian Dennehy. He's like,
No. There you go.
that's not.
I don't remember the name of the actor who played the T-1000.
Yeah, it's something.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick.
There you go.
I remember it was something Patrick. Yeah, but if he banged,
He banged Brian Dennehy.
yeah, and he gets this guy. So he's the wife explains that he's a member of the SWAT team. So yeah, nothing bad ever happened with SWAT team people in L.A.
I mean, what could go wrong? He's just been possessed by a murder ghost.
Yeah. So the cop's name is Regan, which is also a very Brian Dennehy name.
Well,
it's also the name of the Exorcist.
yeah, it's the name of the girl from The Exorcist.
And
which I don't know if that was intentional, but
Oh, it's got to be intentional.
and so Angie.
I mean, I don't know. This is Baywatch Nights. So.
Yeah.
I shouldn't second guess you wrote for the show. You would know.
Yeah, it's true.
I forgot. I forgot for a minute.
Yeah. So yeah, Angie's on the computer. Regan comes in, gives her the old, "This is Ray, smell like chloroform."
Yeah. Yeah. What makes it particularly bad is like as a cop in the given scenario, he has a lot of reason to be there, considering they just kind of involved in a weird kidnapping thing that just happened. So yeah.
Yeah.
She has like no reason to suspect this. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Angie kidnapped.
Yep. So then Hoff and the Examiner guy come in and find that Angie's been taken. So the Examiner was like, "Oh, doing the same thing. This is the same thing that happened with Kempler and my wife, where I was getting too close and."
Yeah, now he's targeting.
Yeah. And
them.
Hoff, not knowing what to do, just presses his favorite number on the phone and star 69s to see the last number that was dialed. Finds out that it was
Domino's Pizza.
It was from the police precinct. So
Yeah, that is the funny thing. It would be. I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, not a thing that happens in movies and shows anymore. But it would be very funny if that was the thing in one of those days. Like, oh, it's like, I know, I'll star 69 for the last person to find the last person to call.
Shit, we were the last one to call.
It's like, oh, it's us.
God damn it.
Or just some random wrong number, or dominoes, or whatever. That would be funny. Anyway.
Somebody talking about renewing our
car insurance.
Yeah.
So,
So Regan has Angie tied up at like this old abandoned theater. And it's like where the screen would be, but the screen's gone. And Hoff and the Examiner are trying to figure out where he may have taken her. And they're like, it's probably somewhere abandoned because that's his thing. And so the Examiner guy just starts listing abandoned places. And then that are near the police precinct that he works at. And then this is again one of those magic Hoff moments where he just has the perfect guess.
Picks the right one.
Yeah. And then he's like, there's a theater. And Hoff's like, nope, that's the one. It's right around the corner.
He doesn't even have any good reasons in this.
No, he just fucking says it.
At least the last thing with the plane, he was all like, I mean, there's a plane and like sort of, I don't know where Donna came from. He has some sort of frame of reference for space and whatever.
And the thing is they could have explained, a theater makes sense because he takes people on dates. That's where dates go.
Yeah.
He could have just said that. They had the logic already laid out there.
Yeah. It's sort of, I don't know if it gets into this quite yet, but it's sort of at the point in the possession where their personalities have sort of merged. So the cop, Regan, he really likes movies, and so that's why his lair is like the movie theater. He talks a lot about in his little rambling bits with Angie. He talks a lot about like movies he's seen at that theater and how much fun he's had at that theater.
So should we refer to this new entity as Reempler or Kemgen?
Reempler is funnier, so we'll go with that.
Or is it a full name? Is it Reempler Kemgen? That's my next indie character.
I mean, there's certainly archetypes for that.
It does sound like a goblin.
No, it actually isn't bad for a goblin name either. That is true.
That might be the Green Goblin's true name.
Yeah. I was thinking
he's an alchemist too, so he can brew some chloroform.
Well, I mean, I mentioned before, but there's a spirit.
And since he's a Striderman villain, he's gonna kidnap Striderman's girlfriend.
I mentioned. Well, that's a funny thing for Striderman's girlfriend. With drow things and how they do dating. I was thinking of specifically there's an archetype where basically you're possessed by a ghost for a spiritualist. But anyway,
yeah.
Back to Keegan Reempler or whatever the fuck.
It's Reempler. Reempler Kemgen.
Reempler Kemgen. Sure.
So yeah, so Reempler is like taking Angie through this theater and just saying creepy shit about movies and weird shit.
And I don't know. And again, don't know how much of this is Kempler and how much of this is Regan. How much he really likes romance movies.
Yeah.
Which is super creepy for this guy.
Yeah. So then the medical examiner pulls up and drops Hoff off and explains that Reempler here. Oh, God damn it! I even had a name for her.
Oh, oh, you do. What's the name you had?
It was just their names just smushed together. But I had even just smushed them together in the situation. Mm-hmm. It was just Kempler Regan.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like he wants a 1v1 situation. Hoff is like, totally 1v1 me, bro. Golden guns.
How close are we to water?
So yeah. So Reempler takes Angie up to the balcony, and he's just waiting for Hoff. He's like, he totally accepted my invite, bro. And so Hoff like just fucking just stumbles in like an asshole through the dude's creep nest.
Yeah.
And and he's like, and so Reempler's like, he's like, a show's about to start. And then Hoff just like goes through a fucking like a laser trip wire, and then a flash grenade just right in his fucking face. And now Hoff's blinded. He's blinded by the light.
Now put up like a dish.
And so, and as I stated in my notes, Hoff decides vision is for suckers.
Yeah, it's kind of really hard to watch because I don't remember if Angie warns him before the flash grenade goes off, but like at this point, at the very least, he's aware that the theater is just booby trapped. Like,
Well, yeah, no, it's after this, after he gets blinded, Angie's like, the whole place is one big booby trap.
Oh, good, thanks, Angie.
I was like, yeah, fuck it, I don't give a shit. And so he's just Mr. Magooing his way through this booby trap scenario.
Well, Mr. Magoo goes out unscathed, is the thing, and Hoff does not.
He doesn't.
He takes every hit right in the face.
Because now a concussion grenade just blows up and deafens him. And so
This is like one of those Fallout games where you just watch the status effects hit the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hoff is fully Helen Kellered in this scenario, but he might. This is where the game changer
He's
is.
deaf. He's blind. He was already dumb.
Yeah. He decides instead of a pinball wizard, he needs to find his inner water in this situation.
Yeah, that's right. The water inside himself.
And this
Is he going full Frank Dukes now?
This could be the legit game changer for this whole fucking series.
It's true. This is like the mid-season power-up in an anime. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
So he may be Helen Kellered, but he's full on action Helen Keller because somehow he gets the jump on the fully aware guy. He ambushes him out of nowhere.
Yeah.
With Hoff senses.
Yeah. Again, what he's doing at this point, since he's blind and deaf, he's sort of like just stumbling across the wall, just like feeling the wall to keep himself
moisture.
No. He's feeling the wall to orient himself and keep himself standing and all that stuff. But in his head, he's like, "Go back to your training," and it shows pictures of him like swimming underwater. And stuff. And he's like, "Just breathe." And blah, blah. It's his whole little spiel he gives to himself.
Yeah.
While he's just crawling along the wall.
Because he finds his inner water.
He finds his inner water, as stated, and basically while he's
Oh shit! This is the Avatar 2 situation. He found the way of the water.
Yeah. So he basically just like crawls his way up to the seats where Kempler's like lying in wait at a doorway, and then they just fight and he kicks his ass.
Yeah, he just beats the shit out of him.
Kempler just comes out of the doorway. Hoff has no idea that it's coming. Doesn't matter. He's found his inner water, and just avoids it and beats his ass.
Yeah. As I said, he beat the absolute shit out of him.
No, it is a thorough thrashing.
Yeah. Angie has to be the ref that stops the fight in the situation. She's Ralphie's mom.
Because Hoff is understandably very pissed off in this situation as well.
Hoff really does go full Ralphie on him.
Yeah, it's true. And so Angie has to be like, "No, don't kill this guy. This guy didn't do anything. He has a murderer inside."
Yeah, we just have to get all the blood out of him.
We just got to get the murder blood out of him. Science.
So that's where that ends. And then we're back at Knights, and they get a thank you card from Regan's wife for kicking his ass but not killing him.
Not killing her husband.
Yeah. And so then Hoffa's like, hey, by the way, is there anyone else unaccounted for from this accident? And they're like, and Angel's like, oh, yeah, a 14-year-old girl. And then they get a call from the examiner saying that he needs him again, and then that's the end of the episode.
He's just like, he picks up his coat.
Yeah.
And he's just
Yeah. I should add, it's also kind of unclear with Rempler, Templar, whatever.
Reempler.
There it is. It's also really unclear with Reempler. Like
Reempler Chemgan.
yeah, Reempler Chemgan. It's unclear how how far he's progressed in the murder thingy. Because he has they show he has like his the Templar murder dungeon set up already, but it's unclear if he's done any killing. He just booby trapped a theater and captured and kidnapped Angie.
Yeah.
So he might have done killing, but it's really vague.
Yeah, we don't know how much SWAT team equipment you could check out before they look into what you're doing with it all.
Yeah, that is the thing. Like, because the flash grenades, concussion grenades, and all that stuff. He explicitly says, he's like, "Oh yeah, I just stole that from him."
Yeah. So the premise of this episode is hilarious.
Yeah.
It really did a.
Again, that's what makes it feels like Chucky to me.
Yeah, and
It's like so absurd.
and I really I laughed so hard when they're like, "Yeah, they almost got all the Kempler's blood out of her."
Yeah,
yeah, they have the Kempler magnet, and they just kind of go over, and then they just pull it all over until it hits the needle. And they just pull it out.
Yeah, I don't even remember what my reaction was exactly. I think I just shook my head in disappointment, just like no, 'cause that was the dumbest shit in a dumb episode.
It really was. The fact that nobody thought about it for who knows how long for that. Is there anybody else who Kempler might be in at the end of the episode?
Yeah, I mean,
it was at least long enough for them to get a card in the mail. So that's at least a couple days.
yeah. On one hand, they had their hands full, but there definitely is time between.
Yeah.
That they should have thought of that already.
Yeah.
Like they should have already. Frankly, they should have had a list like after they dealt with the Donna situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a communicable disease that you have to go. Everybody that was in contact.
Here's the thing: the medical examiner made that list because he came to Donna next, and then they just ignored it.
Yeah.
Communicable serial killer diseases.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be what happens right after Corona.
I really just can't stop imagining how he got his blood everywhere.
I mean, it probably was hilarious. Is all I can say.
Like, how big was he? Was he just a really fat dude?
That could be it.
There's a lot more blood in a fat dude. They pop like balloons.
What was? I'm thinking.
You just gotta get this mosquito thing.
No,
where
you know, in a cartoon, when a real fat guy gets poked and then he goes around like a balloon. Maybe he did that. He just sprayed blood all over the scene.
Well, I'm thinking of.
Went right out the window.
Yeah.
Oh no! That was. I think that was Cabin Fever, one of those movies. Because in those movies, there's a
flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah, flesh-eating, but it's primarily transmitted through water, and thus blood.
Yeah.
And so there's multiple situations in that movie where somebody just fucking sprays blood everywhere, and it's like, oh, this place is fucked now, or everybody there is fucked now.
Yep.
So yeah. I'm imagining like one of those scenarios, but with him. Either that or literal chicken with his head cut off sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where part of the bus crash, he gets his head cut off, and just everybody else is, in a car crash, so they're just lying there. And he's just like, whoop,
or maybe
blood everywhere.
No, or you just had TB and was just like, just breathing out blood everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Also,
No, it was like Cloverfield when the
right, yeah.
when the little like the
weird
the
flea things.
yeah get you, and then like if you put water on it, you explode.
Is that how it do?
Something like that. I want to say it was like that.
Okay. I thought it just you exploded eventually.
I think the water activated it.
Sure.
It's been a long time since I've seen Cloverfield.
I don't remember the details exactly.
I want to say there was a thing about don't put water on it
I believe it.
because it activates the flesh-eating bacteria.
Or something.
It templates you, and then you explode.
It was also very unclear why that made you whatever that did made you explode.
Yeah, it's really kind of weird. There's a lot of in that movie that's not really explained.
But that is part of the whole thing.
I think it was the
Yeah.
idea that things like fleas and whatnot inject you with a
Anticoagulant.
That's
That's what I thought.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but the thing is when you're dealing with a parasite that's scaled that big.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. It's anticoagulant, but scaled up to a ridiculous level, so it just makes your blood
Yeah.
Evaporate. Somehow.
maybe almost something like that. I don't
Well,
know.
between anticoagulant and the things that cause like histamine reactions, where you just completely expand out.
Yeah, the combination of allergic reaction and a ridiculous anticoagulant, I suppose.
Yeah.
Some weird sort of thing like that.
But either way, I mean, it's like you're still looking at moon logic. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, almost literal moon logic, since
Yeah.
it's Cloverfield like an alien or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's always his parasites.
Well, maybe.
Well, his parasites could be mutant, I suppose.
Well, first of all, it depends on what you consider canon in the Cloverfield universe.
Yeah. But again, Cloverfield is weird like that.
Yeah.
There's so much that's murk that it's hard to put anything
Yeah.
down.
And so much of it's left. Because, like, he might not be an alien so much as. Well, he could be from another dimension because of the Cloverfield paradox stuff. According to the first Cloverfield, a satellite fell and woke up Cloverfield.
Oh, right. So again, so much is murk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we gotta rank this episode. Where the fuck are we gonna put it?
See, I don't know.
It seems like it's pretty high.
I don't hate it because it's just sort of funny and stupid and
Yeah.
and weird, which is what you want from
Yeah.
Baywatch Nights.
So
What do we have in the 6 range?
we have nothing in 6 or 7. There's a gap there. Because
What's the lowest ranked below 6?
the lowest ranked.
Well, yeah. What's directly below 6? I
Okay,
should
it's
say.
the highest ranked below 6.
I said it all reverse.
Yeah. It's like the lowest is Terror of the Deep. No. But the Curse of the Mirrored Box is 5.4.
Yeah. Curse of the Mirror Box. That one was funny in its own way.
But see, there's a lump up in the 8 to 9 range, where we have a kind of a greatest hits right now, season 2.
Yeah.
Which is Creature, The Cabin, and Vampire Whisper.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So
I definitely feel like this is between those and Mirror Box.
6.
But there's a lot of range there. Because we're literally between 5.4 and 8.
is that those are
Those are the bounds on between those two episodes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
How about 6.5?
6.2.
6.25, I'll split the difference.
Hey.
We have to do this scientifically. Which means just arbitrary.
Scientifically, which is to say,
So should we do a range again?
I mean, we only did that in season 2 one time. And that was for Space Spore, which we gave it 4.20 plus or minus 0.69.
classic. Oh yeah, we also forgot to mention that this episode isn't the episode we mentioned at the end of last episode.
Yeah. There's a weird thing where the order of the episodes on the YouTube channel that has them all is out of order. It might be the airing order in Germany for all we know.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. It's not clear. It's not clear because it's not clear why they're listed out of order because there's no good reason for them to be listed out of order.
Yeah.
In the way they are, it's not like it's just like one off or something. It's weird.
Yeah. It's yeah, this one, it's like jumped ahead, like, I want to say 2 or something. The one that we said last time was jumped ahead 2 for some weird, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because it's not even the one that's next.
I mean, to be fair, it could be as simple as just screwed up while uploading.
Yeah.
But it does seem odd.
Yeah. The next one is Frozen Out of Time.
Frozen out of time.
Guesses on Frozen Out of Time.
I'm really hoping an Encino Man situation.
I was about to say Encino Man.
I'm really hoping that. Either that or like dinosaurs. I mean, I'm not gonna. I want to say joke guess caveman vampire is gonna be my joke guess, but also it's the
Okay, you know,
situation.
so this one, because of the name, you both get half points for Encino Man. So bonus round, or I'll say you get a full point, but bonus round is what is the theme of these Encino Man? Like, because there's a specific time period and culture it's from. So what is the...
That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, I was mostly thinking classic, like Scooby-Doo episode where they unfreeze a caveman and Unga Bunga club woman overhead. But,
Yeah. This is a not prehistoric Encino Man situation.
I mean, I would really like Captain Caveman to fight the Hoff, but that's a different thing entirely. I'm gonna guess for no good reason, like a frozen, like a Hun or Mongolian like guy. That's my guess.
Solid guess.
Shit. I'm gonna go early, go Victorian, just cause reasons.
So like
18.
Like the trophy hunter guy from Jumanji, because not gonna lie, that would be my second guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're both weirdly close but far away. but far away at the same time. Culturally, Andre is closer. Geographically, Marty is closer. Because this is 2 900-year-old Vikings awakened from their frozen slumber and resume their feud in Los Angeles.
Excellent. Vikings is a good guess.
Yeah. I was like, Marty has like a 35% chance of just saying Vikings here.
In retrospect, I should have guessed Vikings, but I would like to see a frozen Hun just bust out and start fighting people. That would also be very interesting.
Yeah, it's specifically, I like that it's 2 Vikings that hate each other, and they awaken the future. It's like Demolition Man. When did Demolition Man come out?
Shit, you're right. It
He came out in 1993. Ah, fuck.
When did this episode
I want to say it came out in like 95.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was like 95, 96, so they totally saw Demolition Man.
Oh, jeez.
And
Demolition Man, but with Vikings. I mean, I like
if it weren't Baywatch Nights.
I like Demolition Man.
If this weren't Baywatch Nights, I would totally see movie pitched as
Demolition Man,
but Vikings.
but Vikings. Oh, see, and see that. I'm trying to think.
This came out February 9th, 1997.
I'm trying to think of how that is, because it'd be Because if it's Demolition Man, but with Vikings, the Vikings would like appear in like Civil War times or something, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, even that's too late for Demolition Man time frame. Considering Demolition Man time frame is like 30 years or whatever.
Well, Demolition Man time frame is dumb.
It is dumb. It should be like 200 years or something.
Yeah. It shouldn't be. There should be no point in which there is absolutely no war and nobody remembers war. Yet he still wakes up and sees the rookie on the forest.
Yeah. No. Again, it's real dumb. That's the worst thing about Demolition Man is they just. I don't know why they had to fuck up the timeline so much.
No.
There was no reason for it.
No. They should have gone like 200, 300 years in the future. Just so that they could say that absolutely there was no way.
This is absolutely Demolition Man with Vikings in LA. Oh, what was that? What was that?
Wait. Actually, especially you could even almost do it in LA if you do it during the gold rush.
Yeah.
Like an iceberg floats in, and while they're digging up gold or something, they unleash Vikings.
Yeah.
Some dumb shit like that.
What was that movie that had Malibu from American Gladiators? Something.
Has he been in more than one movie, or just the one?
No, he's been in a lot. Was it Time Barbarians? It might be Time Barbarians.
I can't help but think of the last Best of the Worst with the Barbarian Brothers or whatever.
Yeah. I remember seeing that, too. That movie was great.
I want to say it might be Time Barbarians that I saw on...
And I remember the thing with the crossbow and it not working. I never got the fact that it was because he was missing his fingers. Because as a kid, it was just like, I thought it was just jammed, and it was a whole thing on, like,
Right.
technology or whatever versus brute strength.
Or just bad karma, even.
Yeah.
I think Time Barbarians is actually, like, really close to the plot of this episode, and this came out in, like, what, 1992? They might have saw Time Barbarians, honestly.
Or they saw Time Barbarians and also saw Demolition Man, and they, like, mixed them together in their head.
Because I want to say I think this is the movie.
Or they saw them both on FX and then they mixed them all together, and now they want to be the werewolf, or however that worked.
Yeah, it was Time Barbarian because I saw it on theater mode on Rooster Teeth a long time ago.